But if we're gonna be involved in drainage issues, would we not look at the entire city of Lakeview for drainage issues? And we've always skirted that issue, never wanted to be involved in it.
It's getting time to really get some more solid footing under us and have some more specific criteria that folks will need to meet as far as drainage. And that's my last point there, item 7. You know, specifically about establishing standards for stormwater management. And this says in areas around the lake, but it has to do, I'm sure, with everything in the community. You know, and we talk about things like bioswales and rain gardens, retention areas, and it can be basic things like storm sewers, but it can also be things like if your storm sewer is going to drain into the lake, we would require some sort of and whether it's a filter of some sort or another type of an engineered solution at the end of the pipe going into the lake, and that takes care of sediment and nutrients that are in that stormwater too. So we really need to at some point do a lot more work regarding drainage. You know, I
Well, the
think
city's got to lead the way, obviously. I just in my little area, I know what all happens because it all goes down the road and there where the Onstotts live, it hits the pipe and all goes, but it's just a river going down there.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's no different in my neighborhood.
yeah,
What
it's
I
got
put
to
on
be
my
the same
lawn
as.
is very minute compared to what's all coming from behind
Yeah,
me.
I think they're just gonna have to lead the way and promote, and you're probably right, we have to promote this through the city.
It's whether, and what do you mean through the city? Whether it's, at some point, yeah, it becomes a city function. We're going to end up having to be the ones to formulate these regulations on it. And I would say that the planning and zoning ends up being the ones to formulate regulation on that. That I think, I see it as a zoning issue.
Has the DNR done much about the watershed? I mean, we go all the way to Breda.
I'll show you a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
Tell me about storm sewers. Do they all dump into the lake?
A big majority of the storm sewers around Lakeview do not dump into the lake.
Okay, and they go where?
Okay, so just in really rough terms,
Okay.
from this area on over, it dumps into the old pits out there by the dump.
Okay.
A storm sewer system goes there.
This side of the main street, right?
Yep.
Okay.
For Main Street itself, kind of the whole downtown area, that just simply goes down behind the city shops, dumps on the ground out there, and has no outlet. It just percolates in the ground. It's been that way for 100 years, you know, and still generally works fairly well. But if you see some intense flooding down there from time to time, that's where all that stormwater goes. But it, again, it quickly goes away. So when you think about, say, Blossom Street and around through the Zion Addition and that type of stuff, that area drains to the lake.
Where's that at? Where does it dump in, do you know? Into the lake?
There's about 3 or 4 outlets that go into the Town Bay area.
It's in the town bay, though.
Well, that area is.
Okay.
But there's some other inlets around the lake, and only a handful that
There's one
we
out
know
there by
of
the
that
old
are,
marina.
Yeah, there's one by
especially the ones
Marina,
that are
there's
public.
one
There
right
might be a lot
by
of
me.
private stuff that we don't know about, but there's not that many public storm
I think
sewers.
that's good. I think it's,
Most of the pollution comes from runoff,
Oh,
is
no.
that correct?
Rody's
I
Addition.
mean, is that?
Pollution meaning
What?
Rody's
Water
Addition, there's one going in there.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
phosphorus and
yeah, I mean,
nutrients.
it rains and it washes off, I assume, right? Is that the concern?
Yeah, anything that ultimately works down to be groundwater, at least gets partially filtered that